Hey you guys, we're back here with more, and this is Lena, of course, and we're still sitting here with Tamika, and you just finished a film called The British Are Coming.
I did.
And what was it like working on that film?
It was a cool experience because it's my film. I think those are my favorite things to work on because they come from my mind. And it was something that was kind of, ruminating for a while. We have this thing here with Black American actors and Black British actors because they are coming over and stealing all of the roles. But they're also playing a lot of our American heroes, like Martin Luther King Jr. was played by David Oyelowo, and then Harriet Tubman was played by Cynthia Erivo. So I just had this idea, and I didn't want to do it in a snarky way, like to point down on them. So I thought it would be very fun to do it in a comedic way. So this is my first time trying to do comedy, so we'll see how it goes. There's only 4 characters, and when I wrote it, I was trying to keep it down to 2. The other person who plays my agent, I play an actor. I'm an actor playing an actor in The British Are Coming. Okay. And so the other person plays my agent, and his name is Michael Berry, and he's also executive producer along with myself. So it was already known that we were going to be the 2 that were doing the acting in it. And the other 2 they're friends of ours, and we did have to audition for one role, but then it went to Judy because I wanted it to be an older actress, and she's phenomenal.
You're also acting in Doom Patrol and Cherrytown. What is this?
Yes, Cherrytown is a local. Jared Leger is the writer. And this is my second project with him. We did Dark Red last year, which was a feature. I played the lead detective on that.
That's
but then
cool.
Cherrytown, one of the other actors, had this story that he wanted to tell. And he got Jared, which is Samuel French, he got Jared to write it, and then we're doing it. And it's a limited series. Doom Patrol, a little bit unbeknownst to me, is a huge TV show. HBO, it's in season 4, and I happened to get cast on it. And then after I got cast, I'm telling people, because it's a DC comic TV show, but I didn't know that there was it has such a huge fan base. My best friend back home in Indiana she's like, that's my show, I love that show. Because I can't say much about it. It's coming out in November, but I get to play a villain for the first time. And I've never gotten to do that before. So.
Oh.
That must be awesome. Playing as a villain.
Can you see her as a villain?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would see it coming.
No, they do makeup and then they do your hair and they can make you look scary.
I wouldn't see it coming. Where can we find you online?
I am on Instagram. I am Tamika. Facebook is just Tamika Soretti. You can find me. Oh, I forgot to mention, I am trying to do the tiki-talkie. That's what I call it, the TikTok. And I am at Blacktress.
Okay, cool.
Other than that, you can find me on my website, www.tamikasoretti.com.
We'll definitely be back with more here on LView. Keep watching. Bye.
The average young person today has no concept that he's being drawn into a web, a trap.
Hey guys, we're back with more here on LView, and it's Lena, and of course we're still sitting down with one awesome ballerina. Her name is Dorothy. Now, Dorothy, what is your next challenge?
Well, I think I have the same challenges that most artists do, right? Which is how to actually live. how to make a living, how to balance being an artist with, you know, the real world. And that's I think right now that's what I'm really focusing on, is trying to reorganize my life, you know, trying to like cut out some responsibilities, you know, so that I'm not spread so thin.
What is your next project?
The very next project will be the 5th anniversary of this immersive Nutcracker production. It's called The Watchmaker's Song. So that will be all December. I think we're going to do a tour to Comfort, Texas, the first weekend of December, which is kind of fun. And then I think it's the 9th through the 18th or something like that at Neil Cochran House Museum.
Do you get a pretty good crowd?
We do. We've actually, knock on wood, we've sold out every year since we've started this production.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you get too many people.
She's gonna have to extend December.
Yeah, exactly.
Extra days.
Exactly. And then coming up after Watchmaker's Song, that'll be that immersive Bacchanal production in April. Think about the Greek god Bacchus, right? You know, and the image of these wild parties of wine and people reclining on couches and being fed grapes and, you know, things like that. So the idea of a Bacchanal is a wild, like,
Sounds wild and classical.
wild and classical. But yeah, it's a wild party, really, is what it's supposed to be. But I think with the Bacchanal, people often, like, you know, they take on other identities. They dress up. They, you know, there's always a little bit of mischief, and so that's kind of why we've chosen to use that term. Is that we really hope we'll have both an ensemble of 8 to 10 musicians, and we'll also have a DJ, and we'll have 8 to 10 dancers, and of course, you know, a bar. There's always a bar, and yeah, we hope to create a really festive
You
environment.
have to have a bar with a Bacchanal.
You have to have a bar with a Bacchanal. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
You're shifting everything and trying to organize it to where it's you're doing your art and financially being stable. Like, what direction are you planning to go? Or like, what is it that you want to accomplish?
What I want to accomplish, I would love to ultimately spend full time on production, right? Ultimately, that's what I would love to be doing, is to spending my time working as an artist and making these productions. And I really want to develop Red Nightfall Productions more. I founded it in 2017. And it's still in its fledgling states. But something that is a mission of Red Nightfall is to produce work by artists who haven't had access to the opportunities and the resources that they really need. You know, I look around and we look around and there's brilliant creativity everywhere. I mean, there are probably, on this world, there are millions of artists. Probably there are millions of people who are artists, and for whatever reason, you know, they haven't had access to opportunities and resources to cultivate it. You know, and there are people who've trained as artists, but they haven't had
The opportunity.
they haven't had the opportunity and support to create their art, and that's really what I would like to do. I would like to be the vehicle to give those people access and opportunities.
Where can we find more of you online?
Yeah, I have 2 websites. One is DorothyO'Shea.com and the other one is RedNightfallProductions.com.
Thank you for watching, you guys. We'll definitely be back with more here on LView. Bye.
Bye.
Lena, what are you doing?
Look what I got! It's a new t-shirt!
A new t-shirt? Where's that from?
It's by LVnthelife from Austin T-Shirt Lab.
What's a t-shirt lab?
I know, and guess what?
What?
It's only $20, and every time you buy a t-shirt, it helps our show, LView.
Man, that sounds great.
Feel it! Isn't that nice?
Man, that's soft.
Would you wear it as a pajama shirt?
Maybe.
Sit there with your popcorn, watching Netflix in your LVnthelife t-shirt.
That sounds great.
Am I ready? Am I ready?
No,
Oh.
you're not ready. You don't have a hat.
Oh.
Yeah, a Lena hat.
I only have.
Yep, here. Now you're complete.
Thank you.
LVnthelife, guys.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're back here with more.
Word up, y'all.
And I'm still sitting with one awesome guy named TJ. Your awesome band is called Line of Fire.
Yes, sir.
So, what is it like being part of this awesome band called Line of Fire?
Well, in the beginning, I was nervous because I didn't know. I was at a crossroads, coming out of a band before that. So, but when we got, the more we started doing it, the more I started feeling like, you know, I can. That
You got this.
Yeah, that I got this. Yeah, so I just, a lot of times we just do things on the spot, like spontaneously.
Like naturally.
Yeah, and we'll just go on and we'll just like try to just like, you know, make a groove and, you know, because, you know, music ain't good if it ain't got no groove. That's for sure. That's what
Just
I
let loose, you know,
Yeah,
just
let loose.
just let it roll.
Yeah, let it roll, you know, and when it does, it'll fall into place, you know, and you get your ideas, and boom. That's what improvisation is. It's like, you know, you gotta see, you know, where you're at, you know, like with your vocals and music and all of that. You know, I have songs like Sunny Skies, which I wrote with Line of Fire. We do a version of a song I wrote called Sunny Skies, and we also do a version. I have another like a light song called Free from the Square, and all of these are actually instrumental because I figured out like I can't always hit the right notes when I sing, so I just let like my music like do the talking, and then, you know, I'll rap. I can rap my voice, you know, I can, you know, let off with rappings. That's easy to do, but singing is not a very easy thing to do, and sometimes you get these things in your throat and, you know, you can't clear it. You try and you can't clear it, and you can't sing a note. Like during the, like in the day, like when I'm like fully awakened and my vocals are on, like I can hold a note and I can sing like, you know, I don't usually sing like on my songs because, like I said, I like my music the way I play my keyboard to speak for me.
Have you always worked with bands, or are you mostly by yourself, solo?
I do both. I try to do both. Like the first band that I was in when I was 5 years old was a band called Wallfire in 1987, and it wasn't an everyday thing. It was just like a cover band, and we did the song by Prince called "I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man," which was on the Sign of the Times album. If you're not like familiar with that, yeah, it's one of his best albums. So so we did that, and then this freestyle group from back in the day, Cover Girls, which we opened up, Wildfire opened up for them in the song, and then the Cover Girls, the singers, they let me on stage, and I sang with them, you know, with my bongos, my little bongo drums. I would be singing with them. Show me you really love me. You know, say like, you know, just a little 5-year-old voice, you know, singing with the.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was the first band, and then in 2000 to 2005, I signed. I was in a 5-year contract in LA with this guy, Dwayne Wiggins from Tony, and some things worked out, and then some things didn't work out. So, you know, at 2005, I was released from the contract, and you know, everything was cool, and and that's when. Ever since then, you know, I learned to make my own music by listening to other artists. Like I learned from, you know, let's see, I learned from Elton John. Like I wrote a song after listening to an Elton John song called "Better Off Dead."
Where can we find all of this amazing music online?
Well, Line of Fire has a DistroKid page where we have all the site. Like Spotify has our album called Groove Monster, which we released. Yeah. So yeah, you can find it on Spotify, and then you can find. I think there's a couple of my instrumental albums that's on DistroKid too. One of them is called Beware of Ghost Town, which is it's like an avant-garde album and a really rocking album and really instrumental, everything instrumental about it, with great visions, and I think to me it tells like a musical story.
Well, thank you for watching, you guys. Just keep watching.
Keep on.
Keep liking.
Keep on.
And keep following.
Bye.
Bye.